Hello crypto world. Today we're looking at 3 reasons why Bitcoin and cryptocurrency will bounce back. So Bitcoin has dropped over 50% over the past few months and month and a half, and I've talked about the reasons why it crashed and some of the strategies you can use to make money during this crash. And the market has bounced back violently in the past few days. It's bounced back 15-20%. It's consolidating now, but it bounced back heavily in the past few days. So today's video is going to be quite a long one, but this video is going to teach you more than hundreds of other YouTube videos that talks about prices going to the moon. So stay tuned, watch till the end of the video, and you will learn a lot about blockchain and the cryptocurrency world. So the first reason why I think Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are going to come back is because of blockchain. Blockchain, if you don't know, is the technology behind cryptocurrency, and the technology behind it is revolutionary. Blockchain, in simple terms, is a public distributed ledger. It's got a growing list of recorded blocks connected using cryptography, and it's also got the potential to have smart contracts, self-executing contracts like Ethereum blockchain has. And the main thing that blockchain has been able to solve is in transacting between two parties without needing to trust a central government or a governing body. So that is the thing that blockchain, the main thing that blockchain is trying to solve or is solving. And blockchain, obviously, we know, it's got a place in the currency and financial services, but that's not the only usage of blockchain. It's got many other uses. This is the most common one that people are aware of. It can be used in smart properties. It could be used to look at people's cars ownership. You have a public distributed ledger of who've owned the car before. It's good for lending money. It could be for car insurance, and then Internet of Things is really popular nowadays. It could be used to connect our phones to our house, to our central heating, and they could all be connected using blockchain technology. It's at a very preliminary stage of the development, but it's got the potential to do that. Again, I've talked about Internet of Things. That is going to be a key one. And smart contracts, it could be used in insurance, property law, crowdfunding, healthcare, keeping your data and record in healthcare. Blockchain music, this is an interesting one. The music landscape has changed a lot recently, with moving away from CD to Spotify, and even YouTube's quite popular. So decentralized music industry could be quite interesting. I don't know how it will work yet, but it's just something that could work in the future. I think the governments might be using it in the future. I think government would be using it a lot, and identity. So having passports is quite a secure way of keeping your identity. So that's another usage. So in passport, in wedding and birth certificates, that's a very good usage. And there are very good infographics explaining about the usage of blockchain. Again, some of the things that we've talked about, the digital currency. Global payments is a big one. I'm a huge fan of it. It can solve many problems in the world. People spend billions of money sending money back to Africa and Asia. It shouldn't cost that much money to send money to countries. So this is a massive issue that blockchain and cryptocurrencies can solve. And again, record keeping in healthcare, ownership in cars, voting. This is a big one. Blockchain is a public distributed ledger, so people can see who voted. So it could be used in voting, intellectual properties, crowdfunding, derivatives, in property, equity, smart contracts, trusted, digital rights. Yeah, do your own research, guys. I'm a huge fan of blockchain, and I'll get really excited when I learn about the usage of blockchain. There are many other brilliant articles, blogs, infographics that talk about usage of blockchains, insurance, some of the things that we've already talked about. Tax automation, I've looked into that. That's brilliant. And again, Internet of Things, that's one of my personal favorite ones of how it can help. And there's some brilliant articles, guys. Smart property, energy markets, smart contracts again. I wanted to talk about this manufacturing industry. I've got experience in this. Blockchain technology could be used to kind of track goods from going in and out. That could solve a lot of problems in the world. And again, supply chain can be used in supply chain in the manufacturing industry specifically. That would be a very, very good use. Audit trials is another one. Again, I'm just showing you these articles. If you want links to these articles, leave comments and I can send you the links to these articles. But if you can Google it and find some of these usage, and they're very interesting read. Finally, I'd like to talk about this. This is a very, very interesting one. It's been used to help Syrian refugees. I'm sure you've heard in the news what a big issue this is, the refugee issue, especially in the Middle East, and refugees moving into Europe through Italy and Greece. This is very, very refreshing to hear, and this is a personal favorite of mine. I've talked about it. The global payment, sending money to Africa can make it cheaper in Asia, and some of the countries where there's massive inflation like Zimbabwe or in South America, Bitcoin cryptocurrency can be the savior. So this is my first one, blockchain technology. Please do your research before you invest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. This is brilliant technology, and I hope there's some brilliant minds in this world working on blockchain to make a positive change in this world. So the next point I'll talk about is Bitcoin crashes. Bitcoin have crashed before in the past. It crashed 94% after that news has come out, and it's crashed massively in the past, and it has come back. It crashed 40% very recently in September after the China ban, and it crashed massively in the past few months. Over 60% it crashed. Some coins have crashed even more, and it's just made it very difficult for money to come into the market. So it's crashing massively, but it has come back in the past, and I believe due to the technology behind it, it is going to come back. And I've made videos before explaining the crashes, and if you understand why it crashed, I believe it's nowhere near the end, and Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency will come back. There are other percentages and analysis of how much has crashed before and how it will come back. So please do your research and understand that it has crashed before, and these are corrections. The Bitcoin and cryptocurrency markets are unlike any other markets. So please do your research, and you can look up this article. This is a blog that I've posted on Steemit. It's a decentralized blockchain, another usage of blockchain technology. So yeah, you can look up this article, quick blog if you want to, on Steemit, and you can search for crypto Rocko. So this brings me on to my final point and my personal favorite one. Again, guys, before you guys start telling me you can't compare Bitcoin to stock market and the dot-com bubble, they're different things. Yes, they are different things, and it's difficult to compare cats and dogs, and oranges and apples, but it gives us some context to the scale of money in this world and where Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and blockchain could be, considering their value, the technology, the infrastructure behind it. So please bear with me, guys. I'll try to explain my thoughts. These are very interesting thoughts. I know I want to do more research on it, and I ask you to research more about it, and I'd love to talk about it in greater details in the future, and look to have some interesting conversation with you guys. So this just puts Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in context with all the money that's in the world. So Bitcoin, again, this is a bit old. Bitcoin is at 140 billion, I believe. Yeah, 137 billion currently, and cryptocurrency is about 384 billion. So this is slightly old, but it just still puts it into context that all the cryptocurrency in the world is still less than Amazon. Bill Gates is worth more than all the Bitcoin in the world, and if you look at all the money that's in the world, 83 trillion, and the money in the stock market, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are nowhere near these numbers, and it's just less than some of the companies, some of the big American companies. All cryptocurrencies and bitcoins put together are less than the companies, and I believe it has risen sharply. It doesn't demand such a rise in price, but in the long run it's got a long way to go, and I still think it will go up massively in the long run. But now, considering the stage of the development of blockchain, this is not a bad number to be at. Once it's developed more and it's got more usage and more value to give to people, I see it with a lot higher market cap. And there's loads of other infographics, articles comparing these numbers. These are not figures that I've put together, but it just puts it into context, guys, compared to Facebook, where cryptocurrency is, PayPal. There's other companies that are more than Bitcoin. But obviously these are slightly old, so the values are a bit low, but again it just puts into context where Bitcoin stands in the world of technology and technological companies and stock market. This is another very good one. It talks about market, compares the market cap with US dollars and the New York Stock Exchange. Bitcoin is a very small portion compared to, although this is slightly more updated version, so it will give you a better picture. Bitcoin, you can't really compare it with stocks, because stocks provide value the way it works. Bitcoin is more of a currency, so you should be comparing Bitcoin to the total amount of money in this world, because Bitcoin is not really you can't really compare. It's not like for stock markets and companies. So I think there's massive room for going up for Bitcoin. If you look at average trading volume, Bitcoin is nowhere near where the trading volumes volumes of some of the stock exchanges. It also looks at the dot-com bubble and crypto and the market cap. If you look at dot-com bubble and the housing bubble, where they were when it crashed to where Bitcoin is nowhere near a bubble. And I've talked about my thoughts on is Bitcoin a bubble in a past video. You can go look that up if you want more of my thoughts. This is a very interesting picture. It just shows you where we are compared to where dot-com bubble burst at 10 trillion to looking at where the market cap is for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin now. Again, guys, if you want to read these articles, let me know and I'll send you the links. There's some brilliant things to look at. I really enjoy looking up and reading about this and learning more about the finance behind and the economics and macroeconomic factors and financial factors behind cryptocurrency and how it all works. Bitcoin is compared to Nasdaq market cap. Just looks at, again, this is a very interesting one. The dot-com bubble, again, 9.3 trillion to a crypto market. Crypto market is, again, this is slightly older. It's a lot higher now. It's a lot higher than what that shows, but it just puts it into context. You can go look up those numbers. These are not exact values, but if you look at it, if you compare it, it gives you a good context of where it is. And this is something that I really enjoy looking up. It looks at the values of different stock exchanges and stock markets around the world, and there's 60 major stock exchanges that are over 69 trillion, which is crazy, and cryptocurrency is not even 1 trillion yet. So again, that just puts into context how far cryptocurrency and Bitcoin can go. Just the Asian market, 23,000 billion. I assume the New York Stock Exchange is probably bigger than most of the stock exchanges around the world put together. 18,500 billion. The market cap for New York Stock Exchange. Again, this just puts into perspective some of where Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is compared to the money and the stock market caps. Right, those are 3 reasons why I think Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will bounce back. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Have you got any more reasons why you think they'll bounce back? Have you got reasons why you think it won't make a comeback? Please put your comments below, and now let's have a very logical and interesting discussion in the comment section. And if you've liked this video, you know what to do, guys. Like this video and subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends, and I'll be bringing you guys more content just like this. Thank you very much, guys, and see you guys soon.